Trojan Sports Now.
Welcome back to Trojan Sports Now. The Troy football team has the week off in preparation for next week's game against South Alabama. Defensive coach Vic Coney believes the players need confidence in their abilities, and the biggest thing he wants to get across to them is to believe in themselves.
There's things that we can instill, which is some confidence. You know, if you don't play confidently, then you have some apprehension about your ability, then you're not going to be successful. And we're fighting that battle a little bit, and we got to, we're trying to get our guys to believe that, like we believe in them. We're trying to get them to believe in themselves. And I think that's the thing. The biggest thing that we've got to get through to them, that they can be as good as they want to be. If just take the challenge and prepare, and then go out there and cut it loose on the game field.
The coaches and players are ready to take on the Jaguars. Wide receiver Jarvis Bentley says all Troy needs to get this victory is
discipline. Doing the small things right, and execute. We got good plays to get us open. To execute it, and all we got to do is just make plays.
I know that we're going to do what we do the best, and we're going to spend a lot of focus on us doing the best we can, and then we'll try to match it up to what they do.
Khadijah, Torbert, Trojan Sports Now. Troy will open Sun Belt Conference play with in-state rival South Alabama on October 3rd in Veterans Memorial Stadium. Kickoff between the Trojans and Jaguars is scheduled for 6 p.m.
The Trojans ended their non-conference schedule with a win over the weekend and returned home with an overall record of 7 wins and 2 losses. Head coach Jason Hamilton knows how important it is to finish and to continue games as well as winning heading into conference play.
It's always good to get wins. 7-2 record. It's I've talked about in the past, and I'll always talk about winning's contagious. So teaching teams how to win, and then having that mentality how to win games. Now when we get into conference, which every game should be close and should be a battle, that they're gonna understand how to finish games off. And we scored against Tennessee Tech. We scored in the last 3 minutes of the first half, the last 5 minutes of the second half. Against Belmont, we scored in the last 6 minutes of the first half. So, those are crucial times in the game, and our ladies did a great job this weekend, finishing off those halves. And when teams start to mentally get fatigued, to, make sure we're staying sharp and take advantage of those opportunities.
The Trojans return home to take on the South Alabama Jaguars this Friday at 7 p.m. The Jaguars defeated the Trojans last season in the Sun Belt Tournament Championship game to clinch a spot in the NCAA tournament.
Although the Trojans volleyball team dropped the first 2 matches of conference play last weekend, they will be looking to put together a complete game next match.
If there's a good silver lining in it, is we played really, really well when we had it going. So we just have to kind of to key on those good areas and keep working at getting better in the other areas.
The Trojans return to the court this weekend when they travel to take on Little Rock and again Arkansas State on Friday and Saturday.
The men and women's teams return home a little banged up from the Mountain Dew Invitational, and head coach Elliott Blount says he will use the upcoming off week to recover.
They're taking this weekend off, and then we get some good training in. For the women, we went back to back-to-back weekends, 3 weekends in a row of racing, which typically is something you don't want to do. But the way this season was kind of scheduled, was something that I figured, we have to get race sharp and race ready, and now it's time to tuck in and get some good training in over this next week and a half. And we may go full strength depending on how the training goes on the 3rd, but it's still up in the air right now. We're just trying to really just hunker down and get some good mileage and some good workouts in, and go from there. The men will probably hopefully be at full force, everybody healthy, hitting on all cylinders, so we can get some good times. It's a flat course out there in Oxford, so I think we can hopefully turn out something good.
Both the men and women's teams will return to competition the following weekend on October 3rd in Oxford, Alabama for the JSU Foothills Invitational.
Troy men's golf had the week off but will travel down to Miramar Beach, Florida for the Sun Belt Preview on Saturday and Sunday. The men will return to action Monday, September 28th for the Shoal Creek Invitational in Birmingham. It will be a 2-day event.
Coming off an 11th place finish, the team will travel to Glencoe, Alabama for the Chris Bannister Golf Classic this weekend. That's all the time we have for Trojan Sports Now. Check us out online at youtube.com/Troy Trojan Vision to catch anything you missed.
For Jahmal Kennedy, I'm Khadijah Torbert. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Trojans.
Trojan Sports Now.